Hello everyone, and welcome to our What's New in ITOM AIOps for the Zurich release. My name is Victoria Lowe, and today my team and I will, sorry, my throat got suddenly scratchy, but we'll be presenting to you and demoing what has been released in our most recent release just last month. So everything's still super fresh. I hope you learned something new today, and let's get started. So before we start with the more interesting stuff, just a safe harbor a safe harbor notice for any forward-looking statements. We'll be having answers in the Q&As for any of the questions that you may have. And throughout the presentation, we may say some things that are potentially a bit forward-looking, and any statements that we do make that aren't about already released capabilities are just what we're saying to the best of our knowledge today, and it is always subject to change. So please keep that in mind while we are going through our presentation today. And just some general housekeeping things. We've saved time at the end for Q&A, maybe just a bit. But in the case where we don't have too much time, please put your questions in the Q&A button. Do not put them in the chat. So we'll be able to answer the questions while our wonderful presenters are presenting. And we have several people in the call today as well, ready to support any questions that you may have if you put them in the Q&A part. And this presentation will be recorded. Since you've registered for this, you will get a link directly from Zoom after the event to the YouTube post of this recording as well. This will be available about 10 days after today, 10 business days. And you'll also be prompted for a survey after today's presentation. So thank you in advance for your feedback. And if you want to sign up for more ITOM webinars and webinars from other areas of ServiceNow, please feel free to use this QR code right here, or just go onto the community page events and look for any webinars that you may be interested in. So the very high level agenda for today is that we're going to go over our wonderful product evolution slide as a very brief overview as to what we released for Zurich. Then we'll go into deeper product area updates and demos, and then maybe a little time for Q&A. And like I said, there may not be enough time for Q&A because look at all of these things that we have released in the past quarter. It is a lot. Like, look at this list. One of the big things that I want to highlight is that we now offer HLA on-prem. So any of your organizations that may require on-prem options for any of our products, now you'll be able to analyze log anomalies on-prem if this is something that you were interested in or your organization. We also have some new dashboards, some new alert grouping types, general improvements to a lot of our other product areas, a new and improved agentic workflow, new support for more out-of-the-box integrations like Splunk Observability, Azure, and AWS, and this list goes on right here, you can see, and some more options where you can run your synthetic monitors from as well. And that's just a very brief overview and also some more dashboards as to what we'll get up to today. So starting off with the AIOps release feature overview, I'll be covering mainly the world of event management, metric intelligence, some stuff about ACCM, if there is any, as well as HLA. So I'm going to go over these slides pretty briefly because I will go more into detail about these later. But again, HLA is now available on-prem. We also have some new mid-list options for HLA integrations, as well as a new dashboard and new and improved agentic workflow. Well, it's more improved, but yeah. And then we also have a new alert grouping type, which combines CMDB and alert tags. And we have some enhancements to express lists for investigation experiences for operators and some new metric connectors in Integration Launchpad with a native experience there in Service Operations Workspace. And some other features and enhancements that we have is that we're making Express List easier and easier for you to use and adopt, making it so that you can configure the time range and save that into your Express List. And there'll also be some features to ensure that you have the most up-to-date list of alerts coming in, such as an auto resume function now, as well as making it very clear to users that Express List is paused if it's paused. There's also been some enhancements to alert binding simulation, as well as some new, again, out-of-the-box integrations for Cribble. And if you haven't already installed HLA and you start using it in the future, it'll be auto-started for your own ServiceNow instance monitoring as well. And sorry, before I forget, some general updates as well is that we now have expanded LLM support across all of our analysis for ITOM capabilities, not only including the world of AIOps, but including, um, sorry, blanking right now, visibility as well, anything to do there, where you can use any of these ServiceNow certified options for LLMs that are available. And we also have a new Now Assist panel, which makes it a lot easier for you to read all the rich context and data that we're providing you. Now, moving on to the more detailed part of my section, HLA is now available on-prem, so anyone who is self-managed or has organizations and work with them who have these requirements, you're now able to deploy HLA and use it to detect anomalies off of your logs. To do this, we're using LogDB to store the logs so that this is available as an on-prem solution as opposed to using Elasticsearch, which is what we typically use for non-on-prem deployments. And so now this is an option, and feel free to contact your account teams if you want to learn anything more about how you can get HLA on-prem if that is a requirement that your organization has. Next up, we have a new generic OTel connector, as well as Azure Event Hub midless integrations for health log analytics. We're trying to make it easier and easier for you to integrate your vast suite of tools that you have with a lot of data into ServiceNow so that you can centralize all your information across events, metrics, as well as logs in one place and detect all of the anomalies and issues in one central location as opposed to having to go to several different tools and correlate them manually. You'll be able to do that more easily by centralizing it in ServiceNow. And we understand that the OTel format is quite standardized for logs, and so we want to leverage this in order to provide a generic connector for any logs that are in this format. So now if you go into the Service Operations workspace, if you're in Integrations Launchpad, there is a new option for the OTel collector. Again, this is midless, so you don't even need a mid server. We're sending this directly to the AI engine in order to detect the anomalies. And it's a very straightforward process in the service operations experience. And I'm just going to write the date right here, so that probably isn't taken. And once you enter the name of your integration and description, if you have any, and once this loads, because you know live demos are always a little slower than intended, um, then it'll push you on to the next step of instructions where you have information on everything that you need to do. You do need to set up a credential in order to have the access tokens created automatically by ServiceNow, but this is only a one-time setup process. And once you do this, every time you set up a new OTel connector with HLA, you won't have to set up the initial credential again. So this is the entire process now for any OTel source that you may have that you want to integrate logs with HLA. It's super straightforward. And if at any point there are any issues with setting it up, we also have safeguards and error messages to inform users of issues that they may encounter if, for example, they don't have specific things configured correctly, such as the credential that I just mentioned. Moving back to the slide deck, we also have a brand new 360 dashboard where we want to enable organizations to understand how the performance of their AIOps solution is actually impacting their business outcomes. And what better way to show you this than actually showing you the dashboard itself? So here we're in, again, still the service operations workspace, and we have this fantastic dashboard right here. We're giving you information such as total time saved, again, a key indicator of how well your solution is performing, the time saved by automation, and as well as the time saved by grouping. These are configurable amounts. Right now, they are, if I remember correctly, about 5 minutes per automation is what's calculated, and you can always change that depending on what works best for your organization. We also have this new out-of-the-box funnel diagram, which gives you key information like events to significant alerts, grouped alerts, auto-close alerts, and how many incidents were prevented as a result of using AIOps, as well as other information like last reported outage, noise reduction, as well as information on team performance. So average MTTR per minute by all the teams that you have across your org, including the average mean time to resolve over time or MTTX. And seeing that it's trending down means that you're probably doing a good job. And you can see how you're impacting your various regions through the amount of critical alerts in those various regions. So you can see all here, all the key information. It's very interactive and so on, as well as the resolution types by assignment groups. And all of these modules in this dashboard, which again are out of the box, help you understand the value that AIOps bring to your organization in terms of workload savings, noise reduction, and everything under that fantastic umbrella. And like any dashboard that we offer out of the box, you could reuse any of these modules. You can duplicate it and customize it to what works best for your organization again. And then we also have a brand new, or not a brand new, but expanded agentic workflow on our existing Analyze Alert Impact agentic workflow, where going beyond using the third-party agents, which are a great way to centralize additional data from external tools into ServiceNow, we're also now enabling users to leverage the CMDB to pull information on business and service impact, as well as going even further and pulling information on any relevant incidents or cases that indicate that this issue being raised by this alert is something that is truly impacting the business and should be actioned immediately. And so for this is also a great opportunity to show you what we've released, as well as enhancements to the Now panel. So again, we're in the service operations workspace and we have the Now panel here, and now you can pop it out in the brand new experience. And we've already triggered the Analyze Alert Impact workflow today. And now we'll see how the agents work together in order to pull all the necessary information to understand how it's actually impacting the business. So you can see the breakdown of what exactly the alert impact agentic workflow will do. And first off, it's already identified that based off of the service instance, um, it will then identify the business and technical services that have been impacted. And we can see that it supports the specific service offering of the clinics offering owned by Amy Arquette, and that the offering is also related to the vet services service owned by Eileen as well. And using all this information from the CMDB, we're also able to pull information from other areas of ServiceNow, such as ITSM and CSM, to identify any related incidents as well as any related cases so that operators can quickly understand whether or not this is actually impacting the business. And it reinforces the need for them to act on this issue sooner and resolve it before it impacts more and more people in their organization and more cases are also open. And so this is something that the AI agents did all autonomously without you having to manually intervene at all. And I'll leave it to Yash to talk about how we've also expanded the support for other third-party agents as well. And then next up, we also have a new alert grouping type. Earlier this year, we introduced network traffic-based correlation, which if you haven't already heard about it, feel free to search up in our docs. It's already available there. That uses the service mapping candidates in order to identify potential grouping mechanisms defined by the processes identified. But in that same vein, where we're continuing to try to meet customers where they are, whether it's using service mapping candidates or leveraging their alert tags, we want to still enable users and organizations to leverage their alert tags while also leveraging the context of the CMDB to have more contextually aware alert groups. So again, no matter where you are on your CMDB journey, whether you're just getting started and you're primarily using alert tags to group alerts, and then you have a more mature CMDB, you're still able to still get value out of alert tags while also understanding the relationships that do exist between the alerts as defined in your CMDB. And this alert group type will also be supported by our other cool capabilities that we have in AIOps, like Link View, which shows you the blast radius impacts of alerts, as well as the other agentic workflows and skills that we already have available. And so this experience you can quite easily see in the service operations workspace again. If you go, sorry, not here, this one. If you go into the grouping section of alert automation, you'll be able to create a new automation. And as you're defining that criteria, you'll also be able to add additional criteria for related CIs as well. So that is just a quick demo. You'll be able to do this in your own instance, adding the additional condition to have it based off of CIs once you've defined your alert tags that you want to group by. And we also have a new enhanced experience for metric intelligence and HLA alerts, which we can see right here. So right now I have a bunch of alerts open, and for metric intelligence and HLA, you have anomalies that are identified by these various product areas that we have. And so previously you would have had to drill into the alert to see a chart like this, but now we're making it more available on the Express List view so that there are less clicks needed in order for you to understand the severity or context of the alert. And you can quickly action it and understand the issue just within the view of the Express List. And a similar view is shown for metric alerts as well. And we have, again, a new metric connector experience in Integrations Launchpad. Similar to what I just showed you for HLA, we're centralizing the experience here now, separate from using the metric connector pages and the other menus that you would have had to navigate to. And this experience, again, is available in Integrations Launchpad, and you can easily access it there, starting with SolarWinds metrics, and we'll be expanding our support for other out-of-the-box connectors that we offer, such as Dynatrace in future releases as well. And without further ado, let me hand it over to Dennis.
Thanks, Victoria. Hello, everyone. My name is Dennis Gaidin. I work with Victoria. I'm also a PM. So today I'll be covering service reliability management, which is our incident response solution, which has gone from a new offering a year ago to providing proven platform value. It's built to enable distributed teams to act without waiting on a now platform admin. We're seeing real momentum in the market and customers moving away from point solutions today. Equally important, we've listened to prospect and customers alike who want an even smoother responder experience. So in the Zurich release, our focus is around optimizing. Oops. Next slide, please. I don't have to share my screen. Thank you. So first we have the service reliability dashboard. The service reliability dashboard is a responder first SLO cockpit that shows the reliability state of their services, either set critical, at risk, or stable. It trends over the selected window. It shows the burn rate as well as the remaining error budget. Plus, it provides actionable SLOs, which is a list underneath, also providing the owners and deep links to start your investigation. You can filter by time, by team, by service, so your on-call engineers or your responders can see exactly what needs attention right away. The outcomes here is the ability to catch risk very early to prevent avoidable SLO breaches. Also, the ability to cut time to detect and MTTR, as well as reduce the incident load. This also gives you clear ownership and one-click drill downs to speed the triage and handoffs, providing better reliability with less toil. So the value here really is around the breach risk is instantly obvious now because you can see the burn rate and how it translates to budget pressure into the urgency, which is can be 30 days. That's how much the budget is actually getting consumed. You can also see week over week deltas and trends can reveal whether fixes actually helped when you're trying to resolve something. From an at-risk SLO, one click lands you directly into the details and pinpoints directly the team responsible for providing awareness into exactly what needs to be done. The next one is the SRM governance. So this is really going back to the whole reason behind why SRM was built to enable distributed teams. So what we did is we peeled back some of the stringent requirements we had from an enablement perspective. So with this new capability, we're enabling distributed teams to no longer be throttled by the now admin. So it enables faster setups, team creation, service associations, even error budget policies. That typically slows the adoption. So we're enabling the SRM team now, or SRM admin, the ability to actually go in there and enable team creation without having to rely on the now admin to assign uh, a person that has access to these things, or setting up a flow designer flow that has to be turned on. So just one click that you turn on here. So this just makes things a lot easier so you can have more of a self-governed environment to enable faster onboarding, fewer tickets, a cleaner audit trail, all on a single workspace. The net is teams move faster without losing control, and you also have a better control over what's going on and how the responders are actually performing on your system. Next slide, please. So the next one is the SLO notification destination. So what we did is have the ability to integrate with third-party tools. We're starting from Microsoft Teams here. So what happens here is when breaches occur, or an error budget policy is violated, the SRM automatically posts a rich, actionable message into Microsoft Teams, into the destination of the channel that you specify. Each post includes the SLO, the service, the burn rate, as well as the remaining error budget, plus as well deep links. So the conversation starts with context and ownerships right where the responders already collaborate. So no swivel chair, no waiting for someone to check a dashboard. Awareness in action is lives in the same place, where your operators and responders work at, driving faster triage, tighter teamwork, and fewer incidents escalated unnoticed. So that's the big benefit there. Some of the other outcomes is faster incident response, reduce SLO violations, more proactive reliability management, and improved trust in alerting. So instead of relying on someone to check dashboards or manually escalate, SRM proactively pushes these error budget violations into teams, turning policy breaches into actionable conversations with zero setup and friction. Next slide. So the main feature here is, and again, this is coming from customer demand, is you can get to see real-time SLO, um, the SLOs, SLIs, and burn rate directly into the dashboard. So again, this is the responder's reliability cockpit built on platform analytics. The top tile classifies team services, critical at risk, as well as what services are stable, with trend lines. So, I see direction, not snapshots. The risk panels do the math for me. Um, High burn rate, low error budgets, make imminent breaches more obvious. And the SL table turns signal into action. For each SLO, I get status, burn rate, budget remaining, and again, everything in the bottom are deep links into the SLO itself, as well as the burn rate. You can also filter by team and time range, and then you can quickly spot risk, prioritize, and basically do a deep dive straight into the owner to go out and actually go out to fix it. So net is faster triage, fewer breaches, and a cleaner handoffs for your teams during the week. That's all I had. Josh.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis. So let me replace the current share. Good morning, afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Uh, I hope my screen is visible. So my name is Yash Gupta, and I will be covering the service observability and synthetic monitoring aspects of the topics today. Now, moving on, we have a lot of new and exciting features, and we will start with the agentic observability, which is powered by Dynatrace. So, what it is really is an agent-to-agent communication, which leverages the Dynatrace's alerts. It leverages its incident correlation and enables operators to analyze and act without really having to switch between tools, switch context. And what it does is it really brings down the MPTR. It provides a unified and secure workflow, which again minimizes context switching, reducing time to react. And obviously, it reduces the learning curve required for the operator to operate on a tool. It also provides the higher productivity and simplifies things through integrated operations. Now, what this all leads to is a seamless AI-driven observability experience, which leverages the latest agentic A to A communication, which helps operators to have a data-driven decisions faster without ever leaving the service now. What we have next is an expanded APM integration, basically, which centralizes health metrics from the cloud providers, now agents, and a lot of more APM tools within the ITOM services. What this provides is unified visibility. Basically, we have everything from third-party vendors brought into the service now. It enables the faster root cause analysis and enhances decision making as all of the data is available at a single place. What we have next is a copy paste feature where we can copy paste the queries from the charts from third party APM tools into ITOM. Now, this is enabled through the advanced query parsing, which exposes operators to the right operational signals, and they really don't have to switch context, switch windows to the third-party tools, and again come back to ServiceNow. So again, what this does is it enables the faster troubleshooting and reduces the context switching. What else it provides is it provides a larger scope for business application data. Uh, and basically, all of the things are effortlessly merged into the service now. All the raw APM data is converted into an actionable insights, which again enables faster decision making without having to juggle between multiple tools. What we have next is the observability charts now include the metric-based metrics. Now we have enabled the dashboards to visualize the metric-based metrics, and it provides a more granular visibility into service performance and dependencies, which basically helps us to transform the real-time insights into actionable intelligence. Again, which helps teams to optimize their operations. What we have next is support for additional CMDB classes. What we had earlier is tag-based classes, application services, based on a lot of requests. This additional level of view was provided, where we can see a business service, which again provides a 1,000 feet point of view and enhances the cross-team collaboration. So yeah, moving on into the details. This slides cover more about the, if you can see the left side of it, there is a error which has been, or an incident which has been there on ServiceNow. I'm sorry, it's an alert on ServiceNow. And what you can see is a JavaScript error rate has been increased. And here I have a live demo video covering this, but what we can see is we can directly interact with the Dynatrace's AI agent through ServiceNow and ask for what impacted this alert, what caused it, and ask for a root cause analysis. Again, reducing which accelerates the resolution times by reducing the MPTR. And an operator doesn't have to switch between ServiceNow, let's say Dynatrace, or any other third-party tools. It also enables to lower the learning curve for the operators. So we have expanded our APM integrations as well. We have included Splunk Observability in addition to on-prem SolarWinds as well as Microsoft Azure. Now, what it helps is it helps more and more third-party tools to be onboarded and connected to our platform, which again provides a single view where really everything is available at a glance, and a lot of stuff can be done from that. So this is the copy paste chart from the APM tools feature. If you can see the left side of the screen, we have a query which has been taken directly from the New Relic, which is basically a chart in New Relic. And when we paste that query here, the whole chart gets imported into the service now. and it gets displayed as a part of the whole dashboard scenario. Yeah, so this is one of the metric-based metrics. If you can see, we have some of the metrics like CPU utilization, memory utilization, which is pulled directly from our metric base and is viewed in the form of a dashboard. So yeah, no more worries about if we can really see our own metric-based metrics, internal ServiceNow metrics or not. And we have a support for additional CMDB classes. Basically, we have expanded the support to include business services, in addition to the previously supported application services, tax, and everything. Now, what it does is it provides a broader alignment with the CMDB, which allows organization to have a 1,000 feet point of view and helps them monitor a wider range of services. It also provides an enhanced visibility. So I'll be showing a short demo which encompasses these two things. But yeah, and moving on to the demo, I have a recorded video which shows the Dynatrace's A2A capability. So if you can see, there's a JavaScript error which has been raised, and this is the user trying to interact with the Dynatrace's AI agent right through our ServiceNow platform. If you can see, our ServiceNow pings Dynatrace and it tries to analyze, figure out the next steps. I'll move it a bit ahead in interest of time. So moving on, if you see, it fetches the problem and it displays, let's say the JavaScript error increased to 62.5%. Now this has directly been taken from Dynatrace as it is not required for ServiceNow to have the complete context. It can just take the help of Dynatrace's AI agent, as it is more context aware and really reduces the time to triage and it reduces the MTTR. So this was the agentic observability part of it. Moving on to the other aspects of ServiceNow, service observability. The next thing is regarding the business service support. Now, if you can see, this is an e-commerce platform service, which has two application services in it, checkout and the inventory lookup service. It's a business service, as you can see from this URL, just to be sure, CMTB CI service underscore business. Now, what it does is, again, a business service can encompass many of the application services, and it provides a broader view of the organization's whole infrastructure. Oh yeah, going on to the next. So coming up next, I wanted to show you how to add, let's say, a custom chart from New Relic, and yeah, nothing better than a live demo. So let me just get to it. What I want to add is one of the charts which we see here in New Relic. So sorry, yeah, this is the error chart, logs chart, which I want to show. What I will do is I will simply add a data visualization element. Okay, add a lot of them, it seems. Yeah, let me just. Now, what I want is a line chart, and the data should directly, yeah, and the data should directly come from, let's say, a data source from a service observability web service, which is New Relic in our case. So if you see, this is the classic NRQL, where we used to enter the New Relic query. What we need to enable is this advanced option here. And it asks us to enter a query. So what I will do is go to New Relic, just copy this query. Here, if you can see, there is a GUID which has been hard coded. Now we can use some of the elements already provided tags from here and make it more dynamic in nature. So let me just modify it quickly. And what I'll do is I'll do $, entities here and change this to display. So what I want to display is display all this is for the checkout service and basically for all the native entities. Now, when we run this query, we can see the charts are already getting displayed. And we can just verify by going to our dashboard if it's the same chart that we want, and we can add this to the source. So yeah, so as you can see, all this chart has been added from this service, and the advantage is that we need not have to log into New Relic. We need not provide access to New Relic every time. Just access to ServiceNow dashboard will enable everything for us. So this is for the service observability aspect. Uh, I hope the questions are getting answered in the chat. So I'll give it a pause and then move towards the synthetic monitoring. Okay, yeah. So we have a lot of exciting features for synthetic monitoring as well. First is we can now run monitor checks from mid servers, and it is not just limited to ACC. Now, this feature basically uses the existing mid infrastructure, which enables organizations to incur lower operational overhead and decrease the tool sprawl. What do we get out of it is faster adoption and a lower total cost of ownership. So the next feature is streamlined endpoint creation. There were a lot of customers who were facing issues in creating a new endpoint. So what they had to do is come to the synthetic monitoring page, then go to a table, endpoint CI table, create a new endpoint CI, navigate back to the synthetic monitoring page. So that was a hassle indeed. And what we have done is we have simplified that experience. We have built uh, everything inside the synthetic monitoring page, which basically enables the users to create an endpoint directly from the page without having to move or without having to switch the context. What it provides is a single intuitive workspace and a hassle-free experience, which helps user to stay on a page and get everything done at one time. Uh, also, apart from that, we have a support group assignment. Basically, we can assign a support groups to synthetic monitoring environments and ensure the right teams have the access and ownership for the streamlined management. It enables faster response as alerts are really routed to this right teams, and it reduces the delays and confusions caused by rerouting of alerts. So yeah, this is the feature. As you can see in the image on the left-hand side, we have a lot of locations, and this basically we can run the synthetic monitoring checks from the mid server. So I have a more live demo after this, but this is one of the things which you might want to take a notice of. And this is the whole form which I was talking about, where now we can create a new endpoint right from the same form. And the users need not have to switch context to, let's say, another table or another form or another page. And it simplifies the greenfield monitoring experience. This is the support group assignment. If you see, we have the option of assigning the right support groups. It basically helps again to improve the operational efficiency as it routes the alerts to the right team and reduces the response time. So let me move on to the demo. Okay. So if you can see, we can reach this page from the service operations workspace admin center, coming on to the configuration. Manage location view shows you how many locations are there and how many monitors have been configured for each of the locations. So if I want to just quickly show you how it looks like. So this page shows all the four monitors. Basically, we can do a lot of things here. One of them is the bulk edit or a bulk delete option. I won't do it right now because obviously I don't want to delete things. And we can do a bulk edit option from this page, and we need not select things one by one. This is one of the things. And what else we can do is we can create a new synthetic monitor right from this page. Let's say give our monitor a name. We can call test demo. Uh, and what we can do is we can create a new HTTP endpoint right from this page. Let's say HTTP something demo.com. Whatever. So we can create a new endpoint here, demo.com, let's say. and we can assign this to a group. Uh, let me just show you how it looks like in the CMDB table. So currently, I have a lot of groups which are assigned, which are created. So we can assign them to one of the groups, which is logical for our context. As you can see, this has created an HTTP or HTTPS endpoint, which is demo.com, and we did not go to another page. Uh, yeah, this is for the HTTP endpoint creation. One thing which I think I have left is how we can create the mid connection. So let's say if I name it as mid, and if you can see here, apart from the agent client connector option, collector options, we now have a mid server. Uh, I just have one mid server configured here, but when it's a case of multiple mid servers in a case of a production environment, this really helps to choose the right mid servers and uh, run synthetic tests from this. And that's all I had. Sharing the ball back to Victoria.
Thanks, Yash. Great presentation. Also, good job to Dennis too, since I didn't talk in between that. But to wrap up today's call, if you needed any more information, I have some info and links on some additional resources and events that we have coming up. So, ServiceNow offers a lot of services to help you get success or get to success faster for all of our various products. And we have various services like Impact, training and certs, as well as expert services. If you're interested in any of these, feel free to search them up, or you can also scan the QR codes on the screen here today. We also have some upcoming events for you, including obviously today's What's New webinars, as well as a AIOps office hours around this. I think it'll be around the same time as today's session in November, as well as an AIOps power hour. Apologies, it should say 5/12 November, not September, but we'll have two sessions in November, and they'll be posted in about a week from now on the registration page, which I'll paste in the chat shortly, for you to register for our webinars. And for this round, we will be covering the topics of building custom agentic workflows for AIOps, as well as we'll be talking about how to have proactive customer service with CRM by leveraging AIOps as well. So here are just some links in the chat for you to sign up for these webinars if you'd like. And also for any of our upcoming workshops that we have coming, we'll also be updating it in these other links that I am just posting in the chat right now. We have one in Atlanta coming up on 21st of October in just 2 weeks from now. So if you haven't already registered, feel free to sign up through the link that I pasted in the chat. And we'll also be having some online workshops for IOPS and HLA, which are to be announced, so keep an eye out for those as well. And not last but not least, we also have some useful materials, links to docs and blog articles and YouTube videos that may help you understand some new concepts that you didn't already know, like service observability, synthetics, and so on. So again, those are in the chat if you'd like to use any of them. And that is all I had to share with you today in terms of just additional resources. If you have any more questions, feel free to please put them in the Q&A. Otherwise, I'll just leave the customer events page up here in case you want to remember what we have coming up. Thank you for joining our webinar today. Hope to see you back next quarter when we host our What's New in Q4. I will give you the heads up that we do plan on having the What's New in Q4 webinars in January. So please don't be concerned if you don't see them in December. They will be up and happening in January.